Ours didn't feel impersonal or like an interior decorator's dream house. It was a home, comfortable, cozy, and full of fuzzy family feelings. HUD wants to make sure you can keep the firm's lights on while we're gone, which I know you can, but you know him. Yeah, I did. Hudson trusted me and thought of me as a little brother, which I was completely on board with. He wasn't a total control freak, but he was definitely an A-type personality. Be there in half an hour tops. I disconnected and started packing up my stuff. Movement out of the corner of my eye caught my attention, and I lunged to turn the camera to record. Roderick had finally gotten his ass moving, and wow was it moving. Dude was climbing up onto the scaffolding to show one of his imps, or painters, how to paint the siding. Yep, he was definitely scamming. No one with a back injury as severe as his was supposed to be would be able to scamper up like a monkey. Check one thing off my to-do list. I was sure Hudson would have a dozen other items for me to accomplish tomorrow. There are 2 meetings with new clients tomorrow, one at 10 a.m. and one at 3 p.m. Hudson took out one of the shirts Wes had tossed into the suitcase and refolded it Marie Kondo style. I nodded. Got it. And Sam's got a list of questions from the website that I was going to tackle tomorrow. Yep. If the reporter from Canadian Investigator calls back, tell him I'll get in touch when I'm back in the country. Our receptionist, Sam, would take care of that, but I made an affirmative grunt. You taught Vamp Jr. bad habits, Hud, Wes piped up from inside the massive walk-in closet. I shook my head at the old nickname as Hudson gave a grunt of his own. The man had mastered the art of grunting instead of responding with words, and yeah, I'd kind of picked it up. But hey, so had Wes, sometimes, so there. Are you taking notes? Wes made his way toward the bed and the half-full suitcase. I held up my sketch pad, complete with a caricature of Wes and Hudson on a plane. Nope. Hey, that's pretty good. New style? Wes haphazardly folded a shirt and put it in the suitcase, and Hudson predictably picked it up and refolded it properly. Wes didn't notice. I'm playing with it a bit. Cool. Hud frowned at the picture. You sure you're going to remember everything? I raised a brow. 2 new client interviews, plus the questions from the website tomorrow, impersonate you for the Canadian Investigator interview. Ha, funny. Relax, boss. I know what I'm doing. I know, I'm just freaked out, Wes supplied as he appeared from the closet with a new load of clothes. Freaked out, Hud agreed with a sigh. Have you gotten any updates? I asked softly. The last I heard, he was going into surgery. No news is good news, right? I wasn't sure, so I grunted non-committally. Exactly my thoughts. Hudson refolded another shirt, then seemed to realize that the suitcase was mostly full, and mostly with Wes's clothes. Do I not get to wear clothing? If I had my way, no, Wes sing-songed back. I'm not parading naked around London. At that declaration, Hudson joined Wes in the closet, and I chuckled at the bitching between them. This was family. Maybe not by blood. Well, sort of, since Hudson had used his blood to turn me into a vampire, but this was what family was supposed to be. Love without limits or conditions. Love that accepted you no matter who you were. Oh. Hudson stuck his head out of the closet door, his hands full of pants and shirts in a variety of colors. We need to discuss new clients. The ones I'll be meeting with tomorrow? No, I mean the ones who show up looking for special help. Oh, those kind. The sort looking for Wes the God and Hudson the Vampire King. I'm not sure we can hang up a gone fishing sign for them. Hudson scowled. Well, we're going to have to, because like hell you'll be taking on any paranormal cases while we're gone. I set my shoulders and opened my mouth, preparing for a fight. Hudson might be my sire and my boss and my unofficial big brother, but I did not appreciate being told what I could and couldn't do, especially not in that almost not quite sire voice. What Hudson means, Wes interjected before I could share my displeasure, shooting a glare in Hud's direction, is that those cases tend to go sideways. Sometimes, I countered. Most of the time, Wes countered. Name one that didn't. It took me a few seconds, but then I snapped my fingers and pointed at Wes. Finding the witch is familiar.